Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rafael from LaSalle College, and today my topic is globalized education. Now, allow me to start with some statistics. Now, how much does a $1 mean to you? Did you know that more than 1 billion people globally have to survive on less than $1 a day? According to the UN Human Development Report, almost half of the world's 2.2 million children live in poverty, deprived of education. Across the world, some 115 million children who should be in school are not. From global poverty to the energy crisis, from global warming to the credit crunch, the world today is facing all sorts of challenges of an unprecedented scale. Today I'm focusing on the aspect of education because considering all the factors that correlate globalization with youth, education is an indispensable feature. I will endeavor to show you how education is a much-needed solution to these problems and how it addresses the underlying roots of these problems in the long run. As humanity enters this age of information and technology, young people who have access to resources gain a lot from globalization, such as knowledge within the reach of our fingertips, international interchange of thought, and a chance to put an end to racism, just to name a few. With knowledge and resources connecting all over the globe as never before, now the world is just a click away. Nevertheless, the drawbacks of globalization are prominent. With limited access to education, the poor's prospects of realizing the potential are profoundly diminished. With barely endurable living conditions and scarce resources, they may be unable to offset minor hindrances, and their fragile position is exacerbated. With the polarizing effect that globalization bestows, now the poor are against huge odds. Philosopher Francis Bacon once said, "Knowledge is power." As the knowledgeable gains power, the gap between them and the uneducated widens, and with it, the gap between those who can effectively compete globally and those who can. Strives must be made to placate the problem. The solution to this problem is to ensure that quality education is a basic right and not an urban privilege. Focus should be on the need for poverty reduction and illiteracy eradication. A good example would be the Millennium Development Goals of China to be met by 2015. It underscores education as an important aspect of societal growth, upgrading schools and exam formats to ensure that the young get better facilities and to make sure that they are in a competitive learning environment. Only by allowing the next generation to fully realize the potential through education can a society begin to truly flourish as it grows on its own domestic market and rely more on its own population to propel growth. As an educated workforce will attract investors and lead to an influx of resources to society. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a window of opportunity to avoid the damaging impact of a polarized next generation. But that window is closing. The world is running out of time to change its course. Actions taken, or in this case not taken, in the years ahead will have a profound bearing on the future course of human development. The world lacks neither the financial resources nor the technological capabilities to act. What is missing is a sense of urgency, human solidarity, and collective interest. It has to be recognized, however, that the problems raised in this presentation may seem, well, too large for one single individual to do anything about. In one regard, that is true. Many of these issues require action from above, from governments to transnational bodies like the UN. However, ladies and gentlemen, they also require action from below, from ordinary people like you and me. We can maximize our individual actions by doing more, supporting charities, lobbying representatives, campaigning for change in poor educational systems, etc. The individual actions vary depending on the opportunities of each country, but the effects are more or less similar. Individual actions can never be underestimated. As Anita Roddick, founder of The Body Shop, once put it, if you think you're too small to have an impact, try going to bed with a mosquito in the room, which is very true indeed. To conclude, globalization poses challenges at many levels. In a divided but substantially interdependent world, it challenges all people to reflect upon what the future holds. It challenges us to contemplate social justice and equality across generations and countries. Above all, it challenges us to acknowledge the problem and inject our efforts. Through education, we can make globalization work, not just for the rich and powerful, but for all people, including those in the poorest nations. And there's no better time to act than now. That's all I have to say. Thank you and have a nice day.